Football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Prime Time on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Prime Time contest between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. They're on the visiting sideline. Head coach of the Bears, Ben Johnson. These guys coming in refreshed after that early season bye. On the opposing sideline, head coach of the Commanders, Dan Quinn. This guy's going to... Kicker Matt Day ready to get this started. Pete Scott and Ron Hewitt with you on the call. And we're off and running from Northwest Stadium. Shoots away from one. And that's my second one test beyond over 20. Back come the Bears, ready for their first possession. Coming down by last year's #1 overall pick, Gronk, looking to build on his decent debut season here in year 2. It's Caleb Williams.
As you take the field coming off of a bye week, you really want to take advantage of what you just did. The self-scouting, the evaluating of yourself over what you really played this season, and make sure you capture what you want to do and what you have to do over the rest of the season.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
24-yard line.
Going on again with Swift. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Tackle on the play by the rookie out of Ole Miss. Third and 6 for them to figure out now.
And it's third down.
No throw, 3rd and long. They will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Bears first down.
11 on the play. First down, Bears.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Receiver in motion, headed right. First down, Williams. That's complete, Kirkland. And they get this down to 44 before he stopped.
10 more yards.
That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On the action, here's Williams. This is a heater going deep. We had it for a moment, but great defensive play. Jar it loose, incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
A 7-tight end in motion left. Williams gonna run with it. So has some space inside the 35. And no touchdown here. Just needed a few more, but this one goes out at the 3.
It's a gain of 4.
This time has been excellent. A few shots now that start with 6 as they come up on the 1st and goal. Young guy. Score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears finish up an excellent opening series. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes. Not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ. I'm going to guess so. Until that defense proves they can stop it.
Makes the score.
That one splits the uprights.
Commanders nothing.
And the Bears will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's all down. Now the Commanders will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. It's last season's Offensive Rookie of the Year at the helm, Brock. What a rookie season he had. Led his team to the conference title game for the first time since 1991. It's Jaden Daniels. Play action now with Daniels.
Some tough luck last week for this quarterback. Okay, 2 touchdowns, but 1 interception. We just know the way it works. These coaches love to tell us they always think about the losses. They sting way more than the wins. It's the same thing with the quarterback. He's not thinking about the touchdowns. He's thinking about correcting that interception. Knowing right here, that plays a clean ball.
Ertz reels it in. He'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third and short, Daniels. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's tackled for the first down yardage.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Washington first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Daniels setting up the play action. Going the out route complete. Now approaching midfield on that gain of 6. He's up to the 46.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd
Shotgun
and
snap to
3
Daniels.
at the 36-yard line.
Debo Samuel. He's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. And a Washington first down.
First down that run. They're able to grind him to a halt after a pick up the 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Now Daniels on the play action. That one is incomplete. He'll hang on to the contact.
Timing is everything in life. And timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
He's running for it. The stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
Another Washington first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
In the red zone now. Take it off with it again.
He didn't go backwards, didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on second down.
His 12-yard line.
This is down to 1 second down. And a decent one gets it up 4. It's going to be 3rd down.
Tremaine Edmonds on the tackle. It's a gain of 5.
Throwing now on 3 and 2. And goes down. The Bears got it. And the defense comes through. And that's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board, and the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
So on 4th down, on comes Matt Gay to try to field goal for the Commanders.
A 32
The
yard
same spot as an extra point here, 32 yards. Gay's kick is good. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. It's a pitch on the 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal. We're through 1 on Monday Night Primetime. It's an early lead for the Bears. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Commanders ball as we get back for the second, and they're thinking points. It's it again. This defense standing tall. They keep him in the end zone. Give him 2 yards on the run, and that leaves them just inches short for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Daniels keeps himself. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Commanders finish off their opening drive. Daniels with a touchdown. And a quarterback sneak to the end zone. All right, so we're already into the second quarter, Brock, but that was just their opening drive of this football game. Fortunately, they did get a touchdown out of it.
Yep, and if opportunities with the ball are going to be as infrequent as they've been to start this game, you got to make each and one of those chances count. In that area, they are perfect 1-for-1.
It is good.
One right down the middle.
That ties the game.
And the Commanders respond with 7 in a row to tie it here early. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. The Bears offense out there for their second drive of the contest. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch a breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That's good for a Bears first down. A gain of 13 yards. And the Bears first down.
They're on the counter with Swift. You can be humble here on the first down. They're going to wind up losing yards on this play. Break the huddle, it's second down now.
41-yard line.
Looking from the gun, Williams. Defender runs off as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 13.
Williams with 3rd and long. And that's away for the pass rush. Chassis through it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays, discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had. Not against this defense. Not on that one.
Little to nothing on that return as the cover team gets to him. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels heading out for their next look on offense. And this game has really been a great audition for him, Brock, to show off how well he can do as a runner. I think we could argue that his work there has actually been his early calling card in this one so far. Daniels now on first down. It's brought in by Rick McCaffrey. And they're going to force him miles before he can get to the 35. Ball at the 33 for first down.
18. That's good for a Commanders first down.
The gun on for down here. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
TJ Edwards.
This run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stretch block as he set out. First down, here's Daniels. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And that one goes for the gain of 11. And that'll be good for Washington first.
11 more yards. That's another Washington Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. He's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out.
10 more yards. That's another Washington.
And he's going to keep it. Nearly broke even, but the defenders followed that zone read well. It's going to cost him about a yard. Maybe the wrong read on the option there, Brock, but it kind of looked like the defense had both reads picked up pretty well there.
I'd agree with you because the option you're trying to option off is one defender. Like a 2-on-1 in that time, the defense was all over a tremendous pursuit to go backwards.
A gain of 5.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Oh, he's going to run for it. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're in 1st and goal.
A gain of 15 yards. And a Commanders first down. First down and goal to go.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down 2-minute warning.
Brings up second and
It's
goal.
the Commanders.
At the Bears' 7-yard line.
With a 2nd and 7. They make a stop at the last minute. It's a game down to the line. The Bears decide to call their first time out.
A 6-yard gain.
They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
And goal.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you've set yourself up really well. So a little play action right here.
And he's in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders get some late points and the lead. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
They were the point after. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7.
Commanders 14, Bears 7.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff.
Washington.
Fields this one at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. DeAndre Swift, his intended target there out of the backfield. And now it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. That's low and bounces short of his man.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. It's not like the standard they set for themselves.
3rd down, here's Williams. That's nailed by Komet. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line.
And the Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Williams to throw. Completed over the middle. And the tip is made just beyond midfield at the 48.
11 more yards.
Into the line, this is 1st and 10.
Bears first down.
To the air yet again, Williams. The right side hauled in by Komet. And he'll be brought down at about the 29.
19 more yards.
19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Williams. They'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup.
More going in motion left.
2nd and 4 at the 23.
Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Back to Ayuk it goes. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
It's a gain of
Bears
20.
trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here.
Bears first down.
From the red zone on 1st. He's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. The Bears bring on Cairo Santos for the field goal. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Santos' kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Kid, if you're not going to pay a methodical drive off with a touchdown, that's the second best thing you can do. You can take all the time down, points on the board, maybe a little momentum in heading into halftime.
So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
At their own 35-yard line.
One final shot before the half. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Lots to talk about from the weekend that was. This a fitting capper to a compelling week, so let's get after it. Our trip through the NFL starts now. We begin at MetLife Stadium. The Giants at home to take on the defending champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. And here, it's the Giants' defense making a statement. Great coverage is going to force the interception. You can't make that throw. He wants that one back. And time now for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away.
For Chicago.
Has this at the 6. This makes it up to the 25.
Washington will take over
The
first and 10.
Commanders and QB
At their
Jaden
own
Daniels
25-yard
headed out for their
line.
next look on offense. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Complete to Deebo Samuel.
After a good pickup, they're set up with
8
second and
yards on
short.
the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
He's the good to go. He'll go down and also right at the 39-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
And 6. That's good for a Washington first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Dabo again. Well, he had power through one time. Just to get back to the line that time.
Taken down.
Nothing doing on the last run. It's second
No
and
gain
10.
on the play. Brings up second and 10. At the
On the gun, it's
40.
Daniels. Short pass Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
And a Washington first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Firing quickly at the line, Daniels. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
To Noah Brown.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's second and 1.
Brings up second and a yard. At the
On the gun, they'll give it to
36-yard
him inside. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up. Seventh play of the drive now as they need a yard here on third down.
And 1.
On third and 1. He's running with it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another Washington Commanders first down.
So a new set of downs.
First
Here we
and
go.
10
First
at
and
the
10.
27-yard line.
Pick up of 8 on the line. That sets up second and 2.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
There's Downs straight up the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Commanders will have a first.
For a Commanders first down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Ground again, going down. And he's able to manage a cover on the line.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line.
To the 3-yard
A 3-yard
pickup. It's second and 7.
Brings up second and 7.
Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought for that one stop, but Only managed to get back to the line of
Right
scrimmage.
at the line of scrimmage.
A less than
No gain on the
ideal
play.
3rd and 8 here.
It's now 3rd and 8.
They're long for him here. And he scores. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders grow the lead coming out at halftime. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Extra point converted by Gay.
Good.
And the Commanders drive their lead to 11.
Makes the score. Commanders 21. Bears 10.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff.
For Washington.
Devin Duvernay to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own
Here come the Bears
21-yard
back
line.
out on offense. They find themselves down 21-10 as they take over. First down, Williams. That's more of the catch out left.
Williams pass.
And he's going to go out of bounds on a rough first down effort there. They're going to lose at least a few.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Slot man in motion left. Working from the gun, Williams. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. Williams on the play action. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs.
Intended for close.
There's 2nd and 10 now from the 36.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Williams set to pass. They set up the screen here to Swift. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. That's a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short distance.
There's pressure, and he's going to be dropped. Well done by the Commanders defense. They're staring at a 4th down now after that set.
6 yards.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Chicago brings out the punting unit. And the fair catch secure here at the 16. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And among dual threats in the NFL so far this season, there has been no equal. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing yards to this point. On the ground, down. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
DJ Bonham on the tackle. No gain.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Lasers this one deep down the middle. And it is incomplete. Went big on the final play of our 3rd quarter. But nothing comes from it as we hit the break. So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It is the Commanders with the football and a nice lead too as they try to finish off this win. No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. They'll throw 3rd and long. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. They'll take him down after he advances his to about the 33. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
And the Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB rule.
And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds.
Washington first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Daniels. second down.
It's
double-edged sword. I totally understand. These quarterbacks today are so athletic, and they love to keep plays alive, but it can turn smaller losses into much bigger setbacks like we see yet again.
In a real troublesome spot here, Brock. That sack has him set up second down and 21. Out of the gun, Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Intended for
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
It's
Here
now
he goes, third and long. As that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. If it's defensive, you got a first down here. So after the call, defense in a much different spot. Instead of forcing a fourth down, it's back to first. Daniels on first down. It's McLaurin on the quick slant. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Coming to the line for another first and 10.
Washington Commanders first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Daniels from the pistol. On target to his back, Rico Dowdle. And he's tackled for no gain.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Daniels is going to throw again. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down.
By Montez Sweat. A 1-yard loss on the play.
Daniels throwing on third. Running out route complete. He's going to take this down to the 11-yard line.
It's a
They
gain
keep
of
this
32
drive moving, partner.
yards.
Here's another first and 10.
That's good for a Washington first down.
Going down on the run. And he's going to kick it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders slightly lost up the win right there. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
They were the point after. And the Commanders push their lead to 18.
Makes the score. Commanders 28. Bears 10.
Here's Gate out to handle the kickoff.
Washington.
He fields it from the 8. Escapes into defender. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10.
Chicago getting set to take the field now. And they take the field feeling pretty beaten down with how this one's gone. Even if they're keeping their heads high, Brock, not a whole lot they've been able to do so far.
Yeah, in these moments, I think of golfers, right in a tournament. They don't want to look at the scoreboard. They don't want to see how much they're down. They just want to take it shot by shot by shot. It's exactly what this offense is going to do.
And he's going to be stopped right around the 37.
A gain of
Moving
10
quickly,
yards.
trying to get set.
And the Bears first down.
First down, here's Swift. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
Taken down back at the 34-yard line.
At the gun, here's Williams. Brought in right side by Moore. He dodged the tackle. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. Offense in a hurry up here.
27 yards. That's good for a Bears first down. A gain of 27.
Williams to throw.
First down, Chicago.
And he just hooks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw and force something. It brings up second down.
Jactavius Martin there defensively.
Complete right side. Burton has it. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
Willard Burden. It's a gain of a yard. And it's
Third down. Here's Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Incomplete.
That took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of the football when they got a first down right in their midst. That force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Throwing to the back of the end zone. And that's incomplete in the end zone. Could have been 6 points, but as that one falls back, instead just a turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Inside, give to Dowdle. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
The cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play whatever you want to do. But as for me, I'd like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
And he gets a 1 as we come up to the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Landover. Commanders nearing their 2nd win of the campaign. Little touch miss here, trying to move the chain. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down. The Commanders ready for the punt. And he comes for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. The Bears about set for their next possession. And it's a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that. Offense in the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. Left side secured by Ayuk. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. Here's Williams. Trying to push deep downfield. And they don't connect looking deep there, but this play's not quite over yet, so there's a flag on the field. So the offense was right to be walking backwards. The flag does go against them. Long, in the throw. Ayuk makes the catch. He's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd.
And the Bears, 1st down. 1st and 10.
Williams to throw on 1st. That's Ayuk again. And he'll get it up to the 44. Fast as that clock ticks down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1. At the 44-yard line.
Get to the line and spike the football to stop the clock. 3rd and lone yard coming up. That one's nabbed by Komet. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40.
15 yards.
Offensive line fast.
That's good for a Bears 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Get to the line and spike the football to stop the clock. 2nd and 10. Need something positive here. To throw is Williams. He takes it himself. Williams hit, that ball's out. And he falls on his own miscue, and that sets him up with a 1st down. Working from the gun, Williams. Completed over the middle. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
16 more yards. That's another Bears 1st down.
They get to the line and spike the football to stop the clock. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They kick the running back in motion. Out of the pistol, Williams. Caught just shy of the goal line. And a nice game here, but it stops short of the 1st. So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. Now, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, Hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.
So for Brock Eward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from DC.